Say it, okay. Oh boy. You know, this is some meeting here tonight, and I just, so many things have happened so quickly in the company, and I'd just like to take just a couple of minutes and thank every single one of you for supporting me for the last 5 years and what I'm wanted to do with my life. Thank you very much. I'm very excited about talking about Herbalife because Herbalife has been something that not only that I wanted to do for a long time, but it's something that's very, very important for me. Just about everybody in my family's had a weight control problem, especially my mother. As I was growing up, she was always trying to, diet and trying some kind of goofy type of diets and so on. And eventually she went to doctors to try to get it cleaned up, and they prescribed to her a product called Dexamil. And for those of you who are not familiar with Dexamil, it's a speed, it's a narcotic. It makes you not be able to eat, it makes you not be able to sleep. And from several years of using this particular drug, she ended up having to use sleeping pills to be able to go to sleep at night. And from several years of doing that, she secretly, behind doctors' backs, started getting her prescriptions filled, and she started seeing 3 and 4 and 5 doctors to keep her habit up. And when I was 18 years old, she died from an overdose. And it seemed to me at that time that there was a lot better things that people could go out and do to themselves than just destroying their lives to try to lose weight. And because I've seen literally people do everything to themselves to try to lose a little bit of weight. I mean, individuals are going out there and they're getting an intestinal bypass operations where they disconnect the tubes of your body so you can't retain the foods that you eat and you pass out and you throw up all the time. Individuals are going over and they're getting their actual stomachs cut open. And what this does is they cut them open and they staple them shut so the stomach is smaller so that when you swallow your foods, you feel less hungry because your stomach is smaller. And if you eat too much food, the staples will pop wide open on you. I've seen people go out and get pregnant women's urine shots injected into their arms so that they can lose weight. I've seen people get their mouths wired shut. Anything that they can do. And I mean, people are out there marketing the most ridiculous products in the absolute world. I mean, there's a product out in the world. I mean, there's joke products out today. I don't know if you've seen it on television out here in California. Well, it's going everywhere today. But I don't know if you've seen the one that's recently advertised on television where it says you take these tablets and then at night you just dream the fat away. Have you seen that one? I mean, come on. I mean, let's face it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people will do anything to lose a little bit of weight. And I'll tell you one thing about our company. One thing that we're seriously interested in is getting people cleansed, getting all the nutrition that they need in their body, keeping them slim, keeping them healthy forever. And I'll tell you one thing, this company right here is never going to be the kind of company that goes out there and grabs the cash from people. We're going to go out there and we're going to make America healthy and we're going to keep doing it forever. That's the kind of company we're going to be. You know, it's really been an experience being in Herbalife. A lot of people ask me, how did the company get started and everything. But after my mother's death, I really got interested very much in nutrition, which was about 9 years ago. And it's surprising. I was figuring it up today. It's been almost 8 years ago now since the Republic of China came over here. And I got very, very interested in what herbs would do for the system. And I got very excited about what they would do. And you got to understand, 8 years ago, people really didn't know much about herbs. They didn't know about, herbal type remedies and so on. And they didn't really know what it would do. But I got very, very excited about what herbs would do for the body. And I'll just tell you very, very quickly what it does. Herbs will cleanse the system. In fact, let me ask you this here. How many of you in this room, before you came down here tonight, or before you got involved in Herbalife, were using some type of nutritional products? Let me see this. Everybody look around here. About 3/4 of the room. Well, unfortunately, the majority of you were not absorbing those nutritional products. You absorb your nutrition through your intestine. And because a lot of the pesticides and toxins and everything that are in the foods that we eat, as we're growing up, you get all these pesticides and toxins going through the villi, which is in your intestine, which is where you absorb the nutrition. And so you're not getting much nutrition not only out of the foods that you eat, but unfortunately today there's multi-millions of dollars being spent on high-quality nutritional supplements, and the majority of those products are just being wasted away because your body is so filthy you're not able to receive the nutrients from those products. So what I first got interested in was I knew that herbs would cleanse the system. But you got to understand something. We're just now in the process of breaking in the herbal business. People are just now starting to understand that herbs are the way to go, and herbs are something that will do something for the body. You got to understand something though. 8 years ago, people really didn't believe in herbs. They didn't know what to do with them. They didn't know how much to take. They didn't know what to use. They didn't know what they would do for the body. So I started thinking to myself back then, how are we going to introduce herbs to the United States? Because it was brand new. I started thinking, listen, one thing I know is people will do anything to lose weight. So why don't we introduce herbs through weight control? Because one thing I knew is people do anything to lose weight. They could care less whether it was good for them or bad for them. They were going to use the product anyway. This way, I could not only get their system cleansed, but we could also get them all the nutrients that they needed. And as they got that, we could then start getting the health-related stories that you heard here tonight and the weight loss testimonials that you heard here tonight. And then the company would finally be in a position where it could start coming out with very unique, high-quality products that had specific purposes for them, and people would be interested in using them, like the K8, like the Flora Fiber, like the Herbalife line, like so many of the products that you've seen us introduce over the last 5 years, and people would be interested in using those products because they had lost weight and their health had improved. So I went to a very good friend of mine by the name of Dr. Richard Marconi, it's been 7 years ago now, almost 8 years ago, and I introduced the whole idea to him. And along with Dick Marconi, myself, and his research staff, we formulated the very first product, which was the Slim and Trim. And then after that, we started coming out with other products. And what's happened to our company and people's health has been the most unbelievable thing I have ever seen in my entire life over the last 5 years. For me to stand here and tell you how I feel about what's happened to the people sitting in this room and the people sitting in all the rooms across the country, and for those of you who are watching this on television tonight, is overwhelming what's happening to people's health. And it's just getting better and better and better. And the only thing I can tell you is with the 22 other doctors that we have on our staff, we are constantly researching to making our company better, to research other new products that will be unique. Because one thing I promise you about our products, one thing is that you get on our products, and you get onto them, and I promise you this, you feel better in our products after 2 weeks of using them than you've ever felt in your entire life. That's one thing I promise. The second thing I promise you is this. This company will never compromise its integrity for going out there and just going out and spending $1 to sell something for $10, to try to get something like a shoe polish or back scratchers or soap suds or something like that. You people in this room will always have the highest quality products in the entire world. That much I guarantee every single one of you. I just can't begin to tell you how I feel here tonight. I mean, this is really something. You think about here tonight and what's happened here tonight. You think about where some of you were just 2 weeks ago. Some of you think about where you were at before you came to this meeting. And how you feel today. I mean, Herbalife is something that is really magical. We've got something going on here that is just so unique, I can't even explain it to you. For me, because so many people ask me, well, how do you feel, Mark, about what's going on, and how do you feel about this? For me to try to tell you that is just literally impossible. I mean, I'm standing up here tonight in front of the thousands of people that are in the room here tonight and the millions of people that are watching us tonight on the television to try to explain to you what it was like back in the beginning when I got started was very, very different. I mean, when I got started, it was entirely different. First of all, I mean, I don't know if you know it, but I didn't have a sponsor when I got to go. No one taught me how to go out and sell the products. I mean, my teacher was upstairs, you know. And but, you know, I didn't get to come down to a meeting like this where you see, you know, all the people that have lost weight, you know, and all the people that are making money and stuff like that here today in the company and stuff like that. I wasn't able to come do that. You know, I started out and my very first meeting, like you're seeing here tonight, I didn't have all the products ready. That was the first thing. A couple of the herbs did not come in from China, so I didn't have all the tablets ready and stuff like that. So you got to imagine the setting now. Imagine that, first of all, I was trying to get my best friends to go out and help me in the business. Now, you're talking now 6 years ago, and I was only 23 years old. And so I'm trying to get my friends all excited. And I said, listen, you guys come down to this little meeting, and you're going to see the most exciting thing you've ever seen in your entire life. So I brought 15 of my best friends down to this meeting, and you got to understand, I came in there with a little blender, a baggie full of the powder, because I didn't have anything packaged. I did bring some raw guarana to feed to everybody, to get them excited, right? But understand the setting here. I got a little chalkboard, and I'm telling everybody, you guys have no idea how influential we're going to be in the entire health industry, and we're just going to take over. Now, I got a baggie full of powder and some raw guarana. You know? Listen, this meeting was so bad, if I hadn't been given the meeting, I would have left the meeting. Right? I mean, it just wasn't working well. Nobody from that meeting wanted to get started. They thought it was just an entire fluke, that I was totally out of my mind. But I tell you what I did was the same thing that you do. And I'm going to tell you how I made it in my business and how Herbalife has worked since we've gotten started. And that theory is carried through since the beginning of the company all the way till today. There's 3 things you got to do to make it in this company if you want to be successful in this company. Number 1 is you got to use the products, you got to wear the button, and you got to talk to people. Now, how many heard that before? Now, some of you are thinking out here that are watching us for the very first time tonight, yeah, I just saw this guy that just came up here, it's making $45,000 a month. And I just saw this little girl that's been up here that was retired for the last couple of years, and she's making $55,000 a month. And don't tell me that you can just use the products, wear the button, talk to people, you're going to make that kind of money. But let me tell you what we did. The people that you saw up here on this stage, all of us did these exact same things. Number 1, we used the products. And I'll tell you why using the products is very, very important. Using the products is very, very important because of the fact that our products are noticeable. You can see it when you're using our products. I'll tell you why. Because there's a couple things that will happen from you using our products. And this is why it's so important. You'll get referrals from using our products, and you'll get distributors from using our products. The reason why is when you're using our products, this is different than going out and selling some soap suds or some kind of encyclopedias or some kind of like little, plastic bowls or something like that. See, this is a little different than going out and doing this. I mean, this is serious. I mean, let's be serious. How excited can you get about selling a plastic bowl? I mean, be deadly serious about it. You just don't call up your next door neighbor and say, Mary, you're not even going to believe what I got my potato salad hanging in a minute. Right? I think you're a little strange. I mean, you just don't call up someone that's got a new encyclopedia set and said, hey, turn it on to page 47. You know? See, they just don't get excited about that. But listen, you use our products, and number one, you're going to lose weight. Now, when you start walking down the street, what happens? People are going to notice. They're going to see that you've lost weight. People are going to visualize. It's visual. You don't have to know how to talk. You don't have to have any special education. You don't have to have any special background. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter, you know, how much money that you've got. If you're using the products and you're getting results, people are going to notice it. It was just like my granny. She got onto the product. I didn't know how to sell it to her, but I got her on the products and I stuck it in her face and said, listen, Granny, you're fat. You need this. Right? Now, I wasn't a particularly, have a good, smooth presentation at that particular point. But, my granny got onto the product, and she lost 25 pounds, and she started going out, and what happened? She walks into the beauty salon, and everybody starts asking her how she lost her weight. And my granny, she's great. She's got ratchet jaws. She talks to everything that breathes. You know what I'm saying? It's a little grandson. What is she going to do? So she's talking to everybody, and she's saying, I did this and I did that. And so that's what happens. You start losing that weight. But what's more interesting than that is, have you ever seen people that are on our products and they've never lost 1 pound? But it doesn't matter if you lose weight. Because our products are nutritional and they make you feel good, regardless if you lost any weight at all. Have you ever seen people that are on our products that have never lost weight? It's the glow in their eye. It's the look in their face. It's just the way that they feel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's interesting, right? You go out there, you don't have a pound to lose. You say, well, I can't get into Herbalife. It's just a weight control company, right? Well, listen, you use the products, you feel better. Sometimes you go out there and you're just feeling so good, you're like this. And all your friends say, what's wrong with you? And they ask you why you're feeling so good, right? And they want to know. Tired of giving the person that you met the referrals that you end up becoming a distributor. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way the process goes. And so the first thing that you got to do is use our products. That's number one. The second thing you got to do is wear the button. Now, I got to tell you the truth. I didn't have a button when I got going, because there wasn't any buttons. But I tell you what I did do is I used the products every single day, and I believed in them because I was using them. See, you can't go out there. You may think you're a slick-shoed salesman and stuff like that, but let me tell you something. It's not what you say about these products that's so important. It's how you feel about what you say about these products. That's what's important. So you can be as slick as you want to, but let me tell you something. It's on your face when you're using these products every single day. The second thing is wearing the button. And some of you may be uncomfortable about wearing the button. I understand that. It happens to poke a little hole in your jacket. It looks a little silly. Sometimes people make a little fun of you and stuff like that. Maybe you're a little uncomfortable with wearing the button. But listen, if you're using the products, and you heard these testimonials that you heard on this stage here tonight, and coming from the background that I come from, with my mom dying, and what happened in my personal life, after you using these products and you hearing what these products do for other people's health, how can you not stand to get out of this room and not tell somebody else about these products? That's what I want to know. So this button does one thing for you. Yeah, it's going to get you customers. Yes, it's going to get you people to ask about the button. But I'll tell you the biggest thing that this button will do for you. When you put on this button, you say to every single person that's outside of this room and outside of the room that you're in out there in television, It says to every single person, I'll tell you what, I don't care who thinks what I'm doing. I could give a doggone what they're thinking about what I'm doing, because I'll tell you one thing, they're thinking whatever they think about you already. Right? But it doesn't matter. See, when you put this button on, you say, I don't care what anybody else thinks about me. I'll tell you what, I'm proud to be using these products. I don't give a doggone who cares about me selling them. I'll tell you what, I'm proud to be an Herbalife distributor, and I want everybody to know it. That's what this button says right here. And the last thing you got to do is you got to talk to people. See, use the products, wear the button, and talk to people. And then there's one last thing. And that's put some effort into it. On those three things. Because you got to understand something. That's all I did since the beginning of the company. I used the products. I didn't have a button in the beginning. But I will tell you one thing. What I told you the button would do for you is what I had in me. I didn't care about making money in the beginning of the company. Because my mother died and because of the personal experiences I went through as I was growing up, I wanted Herbalife to be in everybody so bad that it was very, very important for me. Listen, we can go out and recruit everybody in the world, gang. That's fine. But let me tell you something. What's more important is we get Herbalife into every single person in the world, and everything else will take care of itself. That's what's important. So those are the only three things that I did, and look at what's happened to our company. Some of you think here tonight, well, yeah, it's a phenomenon. It's great. It's wonderful. You know, the company grew in the last 3 months from $25 million a month to $30 million a month to this month over $40 million. That's fine, yeah. That's all great and dandy. And some of you are thinking that that's great and this is wonderful and this is such an incredible company. What you guys don't understand is we have not even begun to start yet. The herbal market's just getting open. What's exciting for me is, you know, you guys just have been able to see K8. We worked on that product for over 3 years, and we got it in. We're working on products now that are just going to absolutely, totally revolutionize entire industries. So when you hear these certain figures and stuff, you get all excited. But this is nothing to be excited about at this particular moment. Well, all we've done at this particular time, seriously, all we've done at this particular time is soften the market for people to be able to believe in a new way of taking care of themselves. And with your dedication, yes. All we've done up to this point is soften the market for people to be able to start thinking a different way of taking care of themselves. And all I can tell you is for those of you who stay with us and stick around for the duration, okay, because this is a business that's not only going to be for you, it's going to be for your children, your grandchildren, and their grandchildren to become. For those of you who have the dignity and the guts to stay around us and to want to keep thrusting this company forward, the things that will happen to this company are going to be unbelievable. And with these products and you people, we're going to be able to make this a better world for people to live in and take care of themselves. And you guys are the reason. Thank you very much. May God bless every one of you. Let's make Herbalife #1.